science is that the research should be encouraged to be more engaged in science communication to the general public. So, from this idea, we try to share with the general public the scientific knowledge about Antarctica in 3 web conference events. And the events were organized for APECS Brazil and Federal University of ABC. But before to tell you about the events, we think it's important to know something about the system that we used to do the web conference. So the system was Adobe Connect Pro that is used in activities of distance education for a group in the Federal University of ABC. I will call Federal University of ABC as UFABC, okay? In this system, we can share audios, videos, we can chat, we can share documents like PPT and PDF in real time. Here, in this slide, we can see some print screens. The first one, in the real, is not a screen of the system that I used, but this screen is important because this was our planning for the web conference. So we had the date, we had the time, we had the subjects, the speakers, and the institutes where the speakers were from. And we tried, in all of these events, called people from different places of the world. Scientists from Coimbra University, for example, some universities in Brazil, University of Barcelona, and in the others images, you can see the system. So we can see the second image, for example, that we have the video, we have the public, and we have the presentation. We have a PPT slide, right, that the speaker shared with people. We can see the participants. People can chat with speakers or with other participants too. And all these things can happen in a real time. So it's very nice because it's like what we are doing here today, something dynamic. And about the events, the first one was the 12th International Polar Week and second Career Development Workshop. Here we can see the map of Brazil, okay? And this International Polar Week and the workshop happened, we realized, in the city of Canoas, in the south of Brazil, in a state called Rio Grande do Sul. We did this web conference from my school, and we did the transmission for 2 other schools around Brazil too, and people from around the world could participate. So we had people from US, from Portugal, from Canada, Nicaragua, and many other places. The other one was the 30th APECS Brazil Symposium. It happens in the southeast of Brazil, as you can see in the map, in the state of Rio de Janeiro. We did the web conference like the last one, that people could participate from many places of the world, could interact with the scientists, could make questions, and to do this event, we had the help of military Brazilians too. And according to APECS Brazil, this one and the last one totalized around 4,000 people of the world that could learn something more about Antarctica, that could listen, that could think about Antarctica. The last event was the first Polar Week of UFABC in the southeast of Brazil too, but in the state of São Paulo, as you can see here in red. And it was a little different from the others. Why? First, we had an online audience, and this event happened in another one. Here in Brazil, we have a special week during the year that we try to popularize science in the schools and in the universities. So when we called scientists to speak with people in this event, they tried to think and to talk about science. So in this presentation, for example, the researcher asked to people, but what is science? What do a scientist? What's the relation of science with Antarctica? Why we have to think about Antarctica? So, what are the conclusion? First, it's a result. More than 40 people around the world could learn and think over about Antarctica. So it's an amazing number because I think that it's not every day, it's not very clear to all the people why you have to think about Antarctica, why it's important, and what kind of relations Antarctica has with the rest of the world. And it's a very clear example of how technology communication can help us to popularize science. If you have doubts, ideas, or something to share with us, we'll be happy to be in contact with you. And we recorded all the web conference. It's in Portuguese because it's our language. So our videos can be found in the YouTube if you want to see. And the name of our channel in the YouTube is Antarctica or Antarctica.
Okay, thank you very much, Adriana, for that talk. We now have managed to get 5 minutes ahead of schedule. So if there's any questions either for Adriana or any of the other speakers that we didn't have time for questions for earlier, feel free to ask them now. Okay, if nobody has any questions, then we'll move on to our guest speaker. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for this morning session, who is Professor Pete Convey. He's a terrestrial ecologist who's been based at British Antarctic Survey in Cambridge for over 25 years. He's also an honorary lecturer at the University of Birmingham, a guest lecturer at UNIS in Svalbard, and a visiting professor at the University of Malaya. His research interests cover everything from ecology and life history strategies through to biogeography, molecular biology, paleo studies, human impacts on polar ecosystems, and has published papers in all those different fields. He's won lots of awards, including the UK Polar Medal in 2007. He's spent numerous seasons in the Antarctic